Alright, what's up guys? So I just showered. Sorry I didn't get that much soccer training footage. I feel kind of bad, but in the meantime what I want to talk about is competition. And so I don't know if you guys have seen the quote, but there's been this quote kind of going around that basically says that you should never really compare yourself to others, and it's all about your personal progression. And I do believe that is true to an extent, but I also think that competition and basically trying to be better than everyone else is one of the main things that really sets normal players and the other players apart. And you want to become the other player, the player that's the best on the team. You want to move up and up and up, and the only way to do that is to really be better than your peers, better than the people that you are training with, better than your opponents. That's the only really real way to advance up and up to the collegiate level, up to the A team, up to the semi-pro level, up to the professional level, and just keep pushing up. The only way to do that is to be better than others. So it's a fine line. You do always want to be looking at your personal progression. You always want to be saying, you know, well, I did 20 juggles today, but now I can do 40. That's better. That's good. And use that as motivation. But you also want to look at the other players and say, like, okay, they are doing all around 200 juggles. They can all do 200 juggles. If you want to be pushing higher than them and you want to go further, you need to be able to do 500 juggles. Because as you go up and up and up, there's less and less and less opportunities. There's less teams, there's less groups, there's less everything. For example, college teams, they look around at all the high school players in the entire state or city or even country, sometimes even world, and they find the best players from each team. So if you're on your team and you're like the 5th best, 6th best, you're not going to get recruited unless your team is one of the best teams in the country. And so you have to always be looking, always comparing yourself, and never get down about that, but just kind of use that as a tool to evaluate yourself. And so I know a ton of kids will be like, well, how can I become the best? How can I do this? And the only way to become the best, the only way to stand out to scouts, the only way to stand out to coaches is to really work harder and train harder than every single buddy on the team. You should be looking and going, wow, you know, if they've been training 3 times a week extra, I need to be training 4 times a week extra. And never stop. Always go, 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 go. Be doing more and more and more. For example, I had a really good friend in college, his name was Chris, and he would get paranoid that he always would say that, like, if he has a day, a rest day, he would go crazy because all he could think about was that there was some other goalkeeper out there, somebody else out there training and working hard and getting better than him. And that's the kind of like mentality that you need to have, is you always need to be trying to push yourself further and also push yourself past your peers. And it's not like you want to bring them down. You just want to push yourself higher than everybody else. And I might get some hate in the comment section. I might get some people to disagree with me, but what I've always found is that the players that want to be better than their teammates, that want to be better than their opponents, and want to constantly be better, always pushing higher, are the ones that go the furthest with soccer. And lastly, if you're looking at your team right now and maybe you are the best or the second best on your team, that's still not good enough, because if you want to push up to the next level or to collegiate soccer or to professional soccer, you have to realize that you're not just looking at your team, you're looking at the entire nation, the entire world, all the teams, every single player as a whole. And then you have to be thinking that there's always another player out there working hard. There's always somebody else that's putting in work. So you can never rest, never settle, never think that just because you're a big fish in a small pond that you can just kind of relax and kind of carry that up and keep going. Because I guarantee that there's players out there training harder than you, they're working harder, they're running harder, they're doing more activities to get better as a soccer player. So the only way that you're going to be able to compete is by going outside and doing more, constantly trying to work harder. So that's basically what I wanted to talk about today, was constantly work hard, constantly push yourself, and do compare yourself to others. I think that's big. Look at yourself, look how far you've gone, look how far you've come, look at your progression, but compare it to others to see where you stand, and also compare it to the others of where you want to go. All right, so that's basically I just want to get that out there for you guys. Hopefully you kind of learn something from that and get some motivation from that. Right now I'm about to go out to dinner with my family. It's like 6 o'clock at night, I think. So we're gonna get some dinner, kind of spend the night out on the town in Venice. I'm not gonna bring my camera along. I just want to enjoy my time in Venice with my family and not really worry about this. But yeah, that's it. And like I said at the beginning of this video, my off-season program is out and it's ready for you guys to purchase. I've gotten tons and tons of orders, and I've gotten Actually, I've been overwhelmed with the emails that I've been receiving, actually, people just emailing me and thanking me and telling me how professional or how great they think the program looks and how they can't wait to get started. Check it out. This link is in the description. Head to my website and just look at the off-season program. I really think that it will help you guys out a lot because it helped me and it helped my teammates. So this wraps it up. That's my video. That's day in the life. What number are we on, Emily? 17? She keeps up to date with all my videos. It's day in the life 17, I think. So that wraps it up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. More day in the lives to come. And yeah, that's it. All right, I'll see you guys later. Be sure to like this video, leave me a comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna go enjoy dinner with my family. Bye! So as my sister and I were pretty much sitting here, if you guys don't know, I don't think I've ever said anything about my sister, but my sister played Division III college basketball at University of Puget Sound, and she also did Division III track and field. She was a heptathlete, so she's like an athlete. She's really good. And okay, hold on. Say a little bit. She's really, really humble, but say a little bit. She's not like me at all. She's very humble. Tell me a little bit about just like your last season at Puget Sound and some of the awards that you got.
Okay, so I just graduated from University of Puget Sound this last May. Played 4 years of basketball and 3 years of track, but I've basically done sports my entire life. And my last season, I got Northwest Conference Player of the Year, first team All West Region, and honorable mention All-American.
So she's pretty good.
Thank you. But just listening, I thought of one more thing that's kind of important to realize. The more that you try and make yourself rise above your teammates, I think that it also makes your team better as a whole. As you become more competitive and try and become better than your teammates, then your teammates are going to see that. So not only are you becoming better as an athlete and increasing your skill and pushing yourself to everyone around you and those that you've seen, you're also making your teammates recognize a player that's pushing themselves, and they probably will get competitive with you, and then they'll push themselves. And I think that comparing yourself to others is also important for your team's well-being and success.
Yeah, so I was literally just like, okay, great, that's that video. I'm going to try to upload it to my computer. And then my sister, I was like, what do you think? And so she just kind of said that. I'm like, say that again. Let me get my camera. I want this in the video. And she's like, no, don't do it. But no, that's exactly what I think. I think that's a really, really good point. And yeah, like she said, she has a very good athletic background to back it up. So listen to her words. All right, now the video's over. Sorry about that. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys.